You just won $600 million, and you told no one. You're holding a fork halfway to your mouth when your mother asks the question. You've seemed different lately. Your father reaches for the salt. Your sister keeps talking, but your mother is looking only at you. Everything okay? Just tired, you say. Work's been a lot. She smiles. You always tell me when something's wrong. I never have to worry about you. You leave before dessert. Nobody thinks that's strange. Your car is right where you left it. You open the door, but you don't get in. Your phone lights up. A message from her this morning. Call me when you get a chance. Miss your voice. You look at it. You send a thumbs up. Through the kitchen window, you watch her check her phone. She smiles. She goes back to the dishes. That lie was easy. And then, quieter, when did lying to her get easy? The old life. Rewind 11 months. Back before the dinner. Before any of it needed managing. The alarm goes off at 5:40. You make coffee in the dark so the kitchen light doesn't wake your roommate through the thin wall. You split rent with him because rent alone would end you. You already know the number in your account without checking. You stop for gas on the way to work. $6 left after you fill the tank. The jackpot sign out front says 600 million, bolted up under the price of unleaded, and you laugh at it out loud, alone in your car. Somebody's going to win that. Inside, on the way to the register, you buy one ticket with the $6, not because you believe, but because the not believing feels good. You fold it into your wallet and forget it before you're out of the parking lot. You stock shelves all day. You know the aisles the way you know your own hands. A man asks where the wood screws are, and you walk him there without looking, still thinking about the brake pads that have been grinding for 3 weeks, the ones that cost $400 you don't have. At lunch, your phone buzzes. Your mother. How'd the dentist go? Did they say anything about that tooth? You text her back from an upturned bucket in the stockroom. It's fine, just a filling. Cost me $180 I didn't have, LOL. He said, stop grinding my teeth at night. I told him, give me a reason not to. She sends a laughing face, then a longer message about your cousin, and you read all of it, and you answer all of it sitting on a bucket because there's nothing in you yet that needs hiding. You go home. You eat cereal for dinner because it's the 19th. You fall asleep with the TV on. The win. 2 days later, you're in your car in the parking lot after your shift, too tired to drive, scrolling your phone without really looking. You see the numbers. You don't remember pulling the ticket out. It's just in your hand. Phone, then ticket, then phone. The first number matches, and one number is nothing. The second matches. Your hand goes still against the wheel. By the fourth, you've stopped breathing. And by the sixth, you're sitting in a parked car holding a piece of paper worth more than everyone you've ever known will earn in 3 lifetimes. The engine is off. It's very quiet. You don't scream. No sound comes at all. You sit with both hands on the wheel at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock like you're still driving, and something older than thought moves through you before a single word does. Don't tell anyone. Your thumb is already on your mother's name. She's the first call. Always, every good thing and every bad thing for 29 years has gone to her first. Your thumb hovers there, and for the first time in your life, you put the phone down without pressing it. The claim happens 4 days later, in a different state, in a gray room that smells like carpet and printer toner. A woman in a gray blazer scans the ticket. Her expression doesn't change, and then it does. A small lift at the eyebrow. Gone in half a second. You take the lump sum. You sign your name 4 times with a hand that won't stay still. You walk out into the sun, the same broke person on paper who walked in. That's the plan. Stay the same on paper. Become someone else underneath. That night, your phone lights up on the couch beside you. How was your day, honey? You look at it for a long time. Your thumb finds the letters slowly. Fine, you type. Long one. Talk tomorrow. You watch the little message sit there under the 100 long ones that came before it. Living two lives. 3 weeks in, nothing about your life has changed that anyone can see. You still stock shelves. You still eat ramen on Tuesdays. The money sits in an account under a name that isn't yours, doing nothing you can point to. You quit the job that week with a lie about a better offer 2 states over, and nobody questions it because nobody ever questions an ordinary explanation. You move to a city where no one knows your face. You rent a 2-bedroom under a company name and buy a 4-year-old car with cash. All of it happens in the background of your own life, quietly, like a man wiping down a table he was never sitting at. But before you leave, Marcus comes over. He's been your friend since you were both 19 and broke in the same specific way. He sits on your couch the way he sat on it 100 times, and halfway through the game he goes quiet, and then he asks, "Hey, this is embarrassing." He rubs the back of his neck. "Can I borrow 20? Gas. I get paid Friday, I swear." You have $314 million. You take out your wallet. You make a show of looking through it the way you always have, thumbing past nothing to find the 20. You could buy him the car. You could pay his rent for the rest of his life and never feel it. He's watching your hands the way you watch your own hands at a register, doing the math on what you can spare. You hand him the 20 like it's the last one. "You're a lifesaver," he says. He folds it into his pocket. Then he grins at you, and he says the thing he said a dozen times, the thing that used to be a joke between two broke guys. "When you make it big someday, don't forget the little people." "Never," you say. You watch him laugh at his own line the way he always does. You laugh too. He finishes the game and heads out. At the door, he claps your shoulder and he's gone. You stand in the middle of your apartment with your wallet still open in your hand, the empty slot where the 20 was. $314 million of it used to be. The world gets smaller. The money starts working the way money works. You don't touch most of it. It buys index funds and boring things through people you pay to be discreet, and it makes $40,000 a day while you sleep. A number you sometimes say out loud in your empty apartment just to hear how fake it sounds. You go out sometimes to a bar in the new city where nobody knows you. You sit near people your own age and you listen to them complain. One of them is short on rent again. One of them is fighting with his card company over a $40 overdraft. One of them says he's never going to be able to afford a house, not in this economy, not ever, and the others nod, and you nod too. You buy a round. You don't buy too many. A man who buys too many rounds is a man someone remembers. So you buy one, and you drink slowly, and you say nothing memorable enough to repeat. You could end every problem at that table with a sentence. You order another beer instead. Then there's your mother's house. You've known the number your whole life, what she owes, what's left, the payment she makes every month that keeps her up some nights. She raised 2 kids on that house, and she's 61, and she still works Saturdays. You don't tell her. You route it through a lawyer, through a fund with an invented name, a regional homeowner assistance program that doesn't exist except on the letterhead your attorney had made. A letter arrives at her door. Your remaining balance has been paid in full by an anonymous benefactor. She calls you crying. You're standing in your kitchen when you pick up. She can barely get the words out. She's saying she doesn't understand, that things like this don't happen to people like her. That she got down on the kitchen floor and prayed right there. She's asking you, "Can you believe it? Can you believe this happened? Who would do this?" "That's incredible, Mom," you say. "I can't believe it." "Somebody out there is just good," she says. "There are good people." "There are," you say. She cries a little longer. You stand in your kitchen and you let her. You make the sounds you're supposed to make. When she finally hangs up, she says she loves you, that she can't wait to tell everyone, that she has to call your sister. You put the phone down on the counter. Then you pick it up again and open the thread with her. You scroll up, past fine, past long day, past the thumbs up, past the talk tomorrow, up to the old ones, the $180 filling, the joke about grinding your teeth, paragraphs. You reading all of it, answering all of it from a bucket in a stockroom. You scroll back down to fine. You close the phone. 8 months in, you're better at this than you were. You've stopped drinking around people you don't know. You've built a duller version of yourself, the one who says nothing worth repeating. It runs on its own now, most days, without your help. Then, on a Thursday night, you decide to tell her. You don't plan it. You're sitting at your kitchen table, and it just arrives, the way the reflex arrived in the parking lot 8 months ago, except this one runs the other way. You open the thread, you start typing, and once you start, all of it comes. The ticket, the gas station, the 6 numbers, the gray room, the 314 million, the house you paid off, the lawyer, the 8 months of fine. You type it all. Your thumbs don't stop. You watch it fill the screen, more words than you've sent her in 8 months. Your thumb goes to send. You read it once. You delete it. You watch every word disappear back into the empty box. And the box goes back to what it always is now, a blinking line waiting for fine. Then you get in the car. You drive the 4 hours without deciding to. You take the exit you grew up taking. You pull onto her street and park across from the house you were raised in, the house you paid off, the one she got down on the kitchen floor and prayed over. The porch light is on. It's always on. She leaves it on for a son who lives 4 hours away and hasn't sat in that kitchen in months. You cross the yard. You go up the steps you know in the dark. You raise your hand to knock. Through the window you can see her. She's at the counter in her robe doing something ordinary, drying a bowl with a towel. She sets it down. She picks up another. She has no idea you're standing 12 feet away with the truth in your chest. No idea anyone paid her house off. No idea her son is a man who could buy the street and can't knock on her door. Your hand is an inch from the wood. You could do it right now. She'd open the door and you'd say it, and it would be over. The whole weight of it gone in one sentence to the one person who's known you since before you were anyone. You stand there long enough to watch her finish the dishes. Then you lower your hand. You walk back across the yard. You get in the car. And you drive 4 hours home in the dark, past the exits, past the gas stations, and you don't turn the radio on the whole way because there's nothing you could stand to hear. You get home a little after 2 o'clock. The apartment is dark, and it's yours, and it's paid for, and it's the emptiest thing you've ever owned. You sit down at the table where you typed it all out. You open the thread with your mother. Her last message is still there from this morning, the one you answered with a thumbs up. Miss your voice. You start typing. Mom, I have to tell you something. The little dots appear on your side. Your thumb hovers. You delete it. Mom, you delete that too. You start again. You stop. The typing bubble appears and holds and disappears. Appears, holds, disappears. Somewhere 4 hours away, your mother's phone lights up on her nightstand with the 3 dots that mean her son is finally saying something. She half wakes. She looks at it. She watches the dots pulse in the dark, and she waits. The dots pulse. You sit at the table with your thumb over the screen, and the light goes out.